Hi everyone, Sierra Thompson, Independent Scentsy Consultant here. I'm bringing to you what I've been warming this week. If you happen to hear noise in the background, just ignore it. It's my children. They're outside of my office and they get loud. They're playing Xbox. Okay, so I have been getting through a lot this week. It's kind of a mix of everything. I've had like fruity scents, a lot of bakery scents, been back and forth because the weather is cold and then warm back and forth. It generally that's how I warm. I warm with the weather. That's kind of how I work. And if you noticed, I don't know if I have any fans here, but I love Gilmore Girls. So this is my favorite Gilmore Girls shirt that I have. All right, I'm gonna start with my bricks because I'm not done with those. Let me see. Okay, so I am starting with my pink poinsettia. So I warm this all through the house, living room, kitchen, bathroom, hallway, because I feel like it's kind of a fresh fruity scent that works in all areas. I feel like it's one of the few ones that you can kind of put anywhere. It's very nice. This was a brick from maybe 2 holiday collections ago. Gosh, sometimes I keep them and don't remember when I got them. This one's nice. Oh, it's so pretty. It almost seems fruity, but with a hint of floral too. Oh, so pretty. I don't know if it's raspberry in this. I honestly, I feel like it's a cranberry or a raspberry type of thing. And maybe plum. I feel like that's the type of vibe that I get from this scent. Very nice. All right, the other one that I got through is caramel chestnut. Now I only got 1 brick of this, which is probably good. I think this will be fine for me. I love the scent, it's awesome, but it honestly works for like a day and a half, and that's it for me. It is so good. Oh my gosh, it's like that heavy caramel butter type note. I love that. Oh my gosh. Oh, I wish it was stronger though. So it performed well in like a smaller space, but in the big open area, it's strong for just like a few hours and then it goes down really quickly. And after day 1, it was like barely. I want scents to be very strong, like knock me out strong, and this was just not like that. So I do love it though. That caramel is freaking amazing. I love the caramel note. It's so like buttery, rich. Like, oh, so good. I do like it. I just wish it was stronger. So caramel chestnut. And I did test it out in my open area, and that's why I said it. I think it would just be better in kind of a smaller area. Let's see. When I got my order of Bring Back My Bars, I had to try coconut pumpkin pie because I remember this being super strong back when I warmed it, and it still is very, very strong. I love, oh gosh, it's so good. The pumpkin pie with like the hint of coconut, it is so good. Good. And it was strong again. Now this one is like a 2-dayer for me. 2-dayer, but it is strong. So I love that. I mixed crumb top and cranberry muffin. I did these in every other warmer. So not 1-to-1, not 1 cube and 1 cube in the warmer. I did cranberry muffin in 1 and then crumb top in 1. Now there was one warmer that I mixed both in, and that was the succulent warmer because I always put 3 cubes in that, and it really has nothing to do with performance. It has to do with the dish being so wide. When I put 2 in there, it spreads out. It looks so thin and like wimpy, so I always put 3 because I like the way the wax looks. It's kind of a weird thing that I do. If it looks too thin, like there's a too thin of a layer of wax, then I like to add another cube. It's weird. It's probably a head thing for me. But cranberry muffin is actually more sweet than I expected. It's not very tart to me. It's actually very sweet. And like the muffin part, like it seems more cranberry than muffin. Like I don't get a lot of bakery from this. So, and I wanted it to be more bakery. That's why I used crumb top, because this gives it that bakery feel. And see, even in the clamshell, you you don't get a lot from this. It's good, but it's not very strong, which was another reason I felt like it would work well with this, because this is very strong and this is kind of on the lighter side, crumb top, but it's perfect together. It warmed beautifully. It was so pretty. My kids came home. My daughter was like, Mom, that smells so good. What is that? She said it smelled like Captain Crunch berries. So if you like that smell of that cereal, this is your go-to. And just so you know, Bring Back My Bar was extended through February, and I think there are a lot of bars that are still available. So check it out. And you probably can still add those to your Scentsy Club. Polar Bear Hug. This is a nice one. Now, Polar Bear Hug is like, I think blackberry jam. It says something about blackberry jam. It's crazy because every time I warm this, I'm like kind of amazed because it sounds like it would be a food scent, but it is not. It is more of a perfumey scent. It is more feminine perfume, but wintry to me. Winter perfume type. It's hard to describe without like, because even when you hear the description, it doesn't match what you smell. Like it's just, it doesn't make sense, but it's good. And it's strong. I don't do this in an open layout though. I do this in a smaller area. It's not like open layout type of thing. It's not going to be that strong. Ooh, Wassail Wonderland. This is a like orange tree scent, and it's kind of like weird that I'm warming it now, but I wanted to just use it, and I wanted to use a citrus scent in my boys' rooms, but I didn't want it to be a bakery citrus because I don't really like to warm bakery scents in the bedroom. So I wanted it to be citrus, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do Wassail Wonderland because it actually is a strong orange, and it's so nice. It's like cinnamon. It's orange heavy, cinnamon, and like, I don't know, like a pine. Oh, it's so good. So it's like, it's a perfect holiday scent. It was kind of weird to be warming it in January, but I feel like winter is still happening, so this totally works. Next, I did hazelnut latte in the kitchen, and this was nice. Oh, hazelnut scents are fantastic. I hate hazelnut, but I love the scents. Hazelnuts are fantastic in any kind of fragrance. I just, oh, it's so good. Hazelnut latte was so good. Fantastic. Now, it didn't last very long, but it was a nice scent. I'm not too, like, honestly, I get scents that don't last more than a day or two because I have so much wax that I'll change it out and it's not a big deal to me. So, no biggie. Sometimes if it's one day, but it gives me really good strong throw for that day, I'm good with that. Let's see. Ooh, I did this mix. Now, I had said this before, and I want to know if anyone has noticed that Toffee Butter Crunch is similar to Gimme Candy. Has anyone noticed that? I think they smell so similar, and I'm just like, nobody, I haven't seen anyone mention that. Toffee Butter Crunch. Oh, they smell so similar to me. Gosh. This is just a little bit sweeter. Like Gimme Candy is a little bit sweeter. This is a little heavier. But they smell so much alike to me. Am I crazy? Like, is anybody else getting that? Oh, they smell so good. And so I decided to put them together. So this is in my club because I freaking love it. I used it before I was a consultant. And it was like the scent that I would like stock up on like crazy in the fall and just like throw it in whenever somebody was coming over because it performed so well. And people always said my house smelled good. And so when it went away and then came back, I put it in my Scentsy Club. So I have about 6 bars of this. This is, oof, I'm down to 1 Gimme Candy left. And I just kind of figured, I think I have 1 in my Scentsy Club, but I figured it smells so similar that I'm good with this. This one. It's out. Gosh, they smell so, oh my God. Seriously, has anybody noticed that? I haven't heard anyone say that, and I feel like I'm crazy, but they smell similar to me. Toffee Butter Crunch and Gimme Candy. It's like that buttery candy caramel toffee note. Like, they both have that. And the last scent that I got through, and this is one that's in my club because it's actually not available now, but it is returning in the spring and summer catalog. Make a Splash. It is an apple melon scent and it's fresh. Oh, I was obsessed with this scent last year. I remember like it was in the catalog previously and I liked it, but I didn't warm it a ton. I warmed it last year and I fell in love with it. Now I've been using the cleaning products in this scent and I have a feeling that's going to make me like kind of slow down on warming this scent because I I generally can clean with the same fragrance that I'm warming, but I've noticed that it sometimes gets a little bit like, I don't like the scent as much when I clean with it. And I've been using the all-purpose cleaner and Make a Splash scent for like the last year because it lasts forever, literally forever. So this is kind of like, it's good, but I'm just like, I don't want to be sick of it. So we'll see. Maybe I'll take a break, come back. I'm gonna keep it in my club though because I feel like I'm gonna want it at some point. I put it in my boys' rooms because it is like bright. It kind of gives me the spring feel, especially when it was like 55 this weekend. I was like, I need something that's fruity, fresh, you know, like to brighten up the rooms. So I did this. And I think that's all I've been getting through this week. So not too bad. I mean, I have an open space layout and I have a lot of warmers. I have 7 warmers, I think, out in my living room area. So I go through a lot of wax. I generally go through 2 bars in my living room area. So um, that's just this past week that I've been getting through. Yeah, so if you guys, please make sure that you let me know if Toffee Butter Crunch and Gimme Candy is like similar to you, if you've smelled them both. Now, if you haven't, you don't really know, just let me know if you think they smell similar because I haven't seen anybody mention that and I feel like I'm crazy. Also, if you like this type of content and you want to see more like this, please like and subscribe. And I can't wait to see